What's going on, everybody?
Hi, folks. Happy New Year to you all.
Yeah. Exactly. Welcome to Live Not Dead 2.
Yeah. Right, you all had a good Crimbo.
Yep.
If not, I hope it was as good as it could have been. Hopefully this year will bring you more joy than the last 12 months.
Exactly. Because I'm going to tell you, 2020 was, it was horrible.
Yeah. Especially the pandemic.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you know us, we don't really tackle those sort of topics. Today, you know, it's just, what's going on, TJ? Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year, TJ.
Hope you had a good one, bud. So, you know, let's just kind of talk here. You know, we've got a lot of upcoming horror movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, let me see here. Oh, yeah. Full of gas, aren't you?
Just a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Could have been the other end.
Exactly. Now, for fans of A Quiet Place, you know, we're getting a sequel, Quiet Place 2, in which follows the events of Albert and his family facing the, don't really want to call them aliens, but in a way they were. It's kind of like a post-apocalyptic movie in a way.
I don't think I've even seen the first one. In fact, I've heard of it.
It was a great film.
What's that one about then?
So The Quiet Place, for the fans of the first one, let me look it up.
Does it mean quiet as in something to do with noise?
Yes. Basically, the world has been inhabited, or invaded by forces of some murderous creator, should we say. Basically, if you make a peep, this thing will come out and it will grab a hold of you. So this is this family in this post-apocalyptic world.
So farting and that was out the question.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I swear if you would have farted, it was, I guarantee you, either the creature would run for its life or it would eat you like fat kids eat Spam or cake. Don't knock Spam because Spam has its own key.
Yeah, Spam's nice.
It grossed a good amount at the box office, 340 million.
Yeah.
Do what?
That's not bad.
No. I mean, for a cast that, you know, it's let's see, Emily Bart, something like that. I'm gonna do a lot of hacking of some names. I know one of the, if I'm not mistaken, one of the actresses that played the child, one of the children in the film, she was deaf. So really, technically, it played on her because she was deaf, couldn't hear.
Yeah.
At the end of A Quiet Place, the mother ends up giving birth to a child in a bathtub. Now, how the aliens or whatever it is that inhabited the world couldn't hear a baby scream, they smothered it with a pillow. Or they put a mattress over or something. I've saw bits and pieces of that film. It was cinematically, it was shot very beautifully. It was very beautifully directed. But with this part 2, I'm very tempted of trying to go and see that if the theaters, and I think they're open around here in the States. But
I think they're all closed over. I think. I'm not sure.
Now, there is for the Conjuring fans,
Mm.
if you know what the Conjuring movies are.
Mm.
It was really,
I've heard of them.
yeah, there were
Mm.
basically some of them were based on Ed and Lorraine's Warren.
The Warrens.
Yes.
Mhm.
And this is going to be part 3
Mm.
of that film, which is slated June 4th, 2021.
Mhm.
The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Right.
Mhm. I mean, if it's anything like the other Conjurings, I'm sure it's going to be good.
Yeah.
The same cast comes back, the two that played Ed and Lorraine.
Right.
So
Oh, it's based on some of their cases.
yes, the second one was based on a child in the UK that was seeing a dead person.
I thought you was going to say the Enfield haunting them.
The second one, let me see. It should bring it up. It's just been so long since I've seen the second one. Let's go to the synopses here.
Yep.
Ed and Lorraine Warren travel to North London to help a single mother. And
by what area of London? There's this big place on it.
The
only
mother.
one I'm familiar with in London's the Enfield haunting. Yeah, which was made into a movie, I think.
Well, let's see. Let's share this for people. Let's see. That's the IMDb.
Right.
So this is really
it just says London.
Yeah, you've got London.
Yeah. Could be anywhere in London.
Peggy, mother Peggy Horson, something like that.
Yeah.
Basically, it was all kind of like her daughter.
Hodgson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Never heard of that one.
Well, it's supposed to be based on a true events.
Yeah.
But
Lots
I think
films say that though, don't they?
Well, yeah. But with these, they're stating that, okay, The Conjuring is based on a lot of Ed and Lorraine's stuff.
Yeah.
With that, I mean, the first one was good. You can never, break even on a first one, but they did. But they came out with spinoffs, Annabelle, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of course, it's a porcelain doll, and
the Raggedy Ann one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now they did make a spin-off of the other doll that was supposed to be possessed.
Yeah.
Now it's supposed to be Robert. Yes.
The sailor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that one doesn't fall into the Conjuring. That was just a one of those bad budgeted movies.
Was that the doll that Zach Bagans off that Ghost Adventures has got in his museum?
Yes. Well, I don't think he has the Annabelle doll.
No, the Robert.
The Robert doll? I
thought he had it in Vegas in his museum. Might be wrong.
Now, it could be. I mean, I know they did an episode where
tour of the museum.
Yeah, the tour of the museum, but they also had one. Oh, pardon me. I don't know where that came from. That showed them doing the Annabelle doll.
Yeah.
So that one, I mean, if people believe in what Ed and Lorraine were doing,
I don't. Because they were the ones who investigated the Amityville case.
Exactly.
And the people who bought that house after the Lutzes, they said they had no trouble. Yeah. No ghosts. They said the only things that were happening was the people who'd read the book and seen the movie. They kept turning up outside their house. Yeah.
Well, that's you got to think. It's the made up stuff of the Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
And the real case with Ronnie DeFeo.
Yeah, DeFeo Jr. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. That was just the tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were trying to make that money off of that tragedy.
Yeah, but it was strange with that one because DeFeo's lawyer co-wrote the book on the Amityville. Yeah. Yeah, he's lawyer.
Well, it's profits. Let's just try to grab that moose knuckle by the horns.
Yep, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Money.
Yeah. And then
big time.
We've got this one. This is supposed to be based off the Saw films.
Like a spin-off or
yes. It's from the Book of Saw, pretty much.
Is that Chris Rock?
Yes, Chris Rock is in it. I believe he plays a detective.
Canadians make good straight actors, though.
Yeah, Samuel Jackson is in it.
I like Samuel Jackson.
So, I mean, Samuel Jackson being a Chattanooga native.
Yeah. I thought that said Morgan Freeman, and he don't. It says Morgan David. Morgan David Jones.
If it was Morgan Freeman, I think you have Morgan Freeman, Samuel Jackson, and Chris Rock all in one room. Yeah. Which one do you listen to first?
Yeah.
I'm being serious.
Exactly.
I mean, Morgan Freeman, it's okay.
Yeah.
Sam Jackson will bust you into stitches because all he's got to do is say, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. Snakes on the motherfucking plane,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, kudos to Sam Jackson. He's been in everything and everything.
Yeah. What's the theory about Sam Jackson? And he's made more money for Hollywood than any other actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he plays in almost everything.
Yeah. He's what we call a jobbing actor in the UK. Yeah.
One of my thoughts, and if you would disagree, one of my favorite films that Sam Jackson did would have to be Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah. John Travolta.
Those two meshed so well.
Yeah.
And they even did because Sam Jackson does credit card commercials, Capital One. So they literally got John Travolta to dress up as Santa Claus.
Again, we've got adverts for bakery firms over here, companies. They bake bread. One in particular, 009 for Legal Roses. Yeah. Robert De Niro was in the advert plugging bread. I'll show you.
You got to do something. I mean, heck, you've got seasoned actors, veteran actors that are doing just commercials.
Yeah, it's a lot of money in advertising.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see Joe Pesci doing commercials, but
he's still alive.
Yes. Older than dirt, but still alive.
Yeah. Well, he looked old in Casino.
Well, if you go on Netflix, I don't know if it's available there or not.
Yeah.
You go watch The Irishman.
Oh, I've seen that. That's brilliant.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Such a great film.
Yeah. It's about Hoffa, isn't it?
Yes. And who plays Hoffa? Al Pacino.
Yeah. That's right.
You couldn't have casted such beautiful cast like Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Scarface.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah. And they're supposed to be remaking Scarface.
Won't be the same.
No. They're just doing it for a cash grab for this generation now.
Yeah. People my age and maybe your age, they'll always look back at the original. Yeah.
But I mean, you got to think in the time that they made the original Scarface, because even
in the cocaine boom in the early 80s, Miami and everything.
Well, you got to think that Scarface was a reboot of a later Scarface.
Earlier.
Yes.
Capone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scarface. Yeah. Capone.
I mean, but you've got Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Al Pacino.
Yeah.
3 seasoned, very well-determined actors, and they go into Netflix.
Yeah.
Well, despite the pandemic, everything is going to Netflix or a streaming platform.
Yeah. Well, the Hollywood studios basically closed down.
Well, I don't know if they're closed. I wouldn't say closed down.
Yeah. Temporarily.
I would say they're more let's go to the streaming platforms because of the virus, people having to, I don't see how they can social distance in theaters.
No, it'd be like a big concert, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It'd be impossible.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't see people social distancing in theaters.
No. Cinemas, they're basically dead at the moment.
Yeah. We drove past a cinema a couple of days ago, and it was the first time that I saw that parking lot have cars in it.
Yeah.
And it flabbergasted me because with all the new movies coming out, they're going to HBO Max,
right?
Netflix, other streaming platforms.
Yeah.
I just don't see how theaters are making enough money.
No.
I mean, it's like AMC theaters.
Yeah.
They're basically going bankrupt.
Yeah, they had a big chain of them over here.
Yeah.
Right the way of Scotland, right the way though.
But they're going bankrupt.
Yeah.
And they also told Universal, hey, we're not going to show your movies no more.
Yeah. I think it was called Cineworld or something. Or AMC Cineworld.
It's just called AMC here. I mean, the thing about it is, I can understand the pandemic and losing money.
Yep.
But when you tell a multi-billion-dollar company like Universal, the GTFO, there's a big problem because people want to see the Universal movies, whether it be the new Halloween Kills that comes out soon, which they've released a trailer for.
Right. What's that? A complete reboot?
No. So basically, the new, the last Halloween movie that they had made.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis did come back to reprise her role.
Yeah.
And it was just called Halloween.
Yeah.
Basically, it takes place right after the original, except Michael was caught and put back into Smith's Grove. And Laurie, being his sister, never happened. Which this new one is going to go slowly off of that last one. Basically, Michael at the end of Halloween was torched in a basement.
Right.
And you saw, I believe it would be Laurie Strode's not niece, granddaughter.
Right.
She was holding Michael's knife at the end of the movie. They were in a back of a truck. They were all bleeding. And from what I've heard about Halloween Kills is that I could be wrong, but this would be Jamie Lee Curtis's farewell in this one.
Right. Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Facts about Jamie Lee Curtis. She's married to an English lord. She's actually aristocracy. She's married to an earl or something.
Well, she's got plenty of money.
That's true.
And here's the thing. Here's another weird tidbit about Jamie Lee Curtis. She hates horror movies.
Oh.
Her and Nev Campbell from Scream both
Yeah.
hate horror movies.
Didn't know.
That's the thing.
Mm.
Let's see.
Oh, you can act in a minute, even if you're not into it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's just money.
Yeah, pays the bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me do something here. All right. Yeah, I mean, for hating a franchise because whether it's not family oriented, there is such a big cult following. There wouldn't be so many horror conventions out nowadays if it wasn't for the horror movies.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If you don't like horror movies, you're bound to see one of them.
Yeah. When they normally have a big festival in London, the biggest Odeon cinema in Britain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it the Lancaster Square or something? Yeah. The old thing called the Fright Fest there every October. Normally. Yeah. It hasn't been on since the year before. Look.
See, we've got Days of the Dead in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Who they've got a good majority of some actors coming in. Michael Biehn. From Terminator, Aliens.
Yeah.
I believe he played Dallas in it. Not Dallas, but
I know his name.
I cannot remember his name. It wasn't Dallas. That's from the
in
first
number 3. He was found in Pale.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll be at that convention.
Right.
There are a good majority of actors and actresses at these conventions, and I'm still wanting to go. I've been wanting to go for a few years.
Yeah.
I missed the opportunity last year to go and meet Clive Barker.
Oh, the writer.
Yes. And the entire cast of Hellraiser.
Right.
I was so bummed. Which leads me into my next point. Why, oh why, does Dimension Films have to remake, once again, Hellraiser?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the OJ ones.
No. Except for when they started going downhill. Let's see.
I think the first one's still the best.
By far. The second one was great. When it got to 3, that's when it started falling.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So
I used to work with somebody on there because I'm a professional painter. I think you call them house painters. Yeah, I'm a professional painter and decorator. Guy I used to work with was in a McDonald's because I was working in London at the time. And there was a guy in front of him in the queue. And he turned around. He said, "Bald guy." And he says, "You all that do that film with the spikes like a hedgehog."
Yeah.
And he said, "He knew the film, but he hadn't seen it. He knew he looked like a hedgehog." And he looked at him. He says, "Yeah, I am." Yeah, he's Doug Bradley. Yeah, he's in the queue at McDonald's getting a burger.
Now, let's see. There's 2 more Halloween movies. Halloween Kills, and then I guess Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
Very curious on how those are gonna go.
Yeah. But in the movie title, wouldn't Michael have been an old man?
Well, yeah, because it shows Michael.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have been an old man.
Yep. Let's see here.
Yeah, because it originally took place in the 70s, didn't it?
Yep.
Yes, he would have aged a good 40 years.
He would have.
Michael's only a mask, though.
Yeah, he needs some
Yeah.
Real release there. Let's see, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Give me the Tobe Hooper one any day.
Well, this one is supposed to go off of the Tobe Hooper one, supposedly.
Well, it's going to spin off from the chainsaw dance at the end. With the guy with the truck.
I think so. Now, according to IMDb, another sequel to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So it's a sequel, quadruple sequel, I guess.
Yeah.
Takes place 47 years later.
Right.
And this is according to IMDb. Basically, Leatherface is still alive and he's over 60 years old.
Yeah.
That
wouldn't need a mask, say, would he? He'd have a face like leather anyway.
exactly. Now the cast, the cast, I don't think they have who is playing Leatherface. Just eat it.
Yeah.
Unless
it'll always be Gunnar Hansen to me.
Yeah, God rest Gunnar Hansen.
Yeah. Big dude, like with flies, but that guy could move fast.
Yeah.
Used
now,
to get Spidey ran with the chainsaw.
Oh God. Now I guarantee you Tobe Hooper will get a credit on this because it is his baby.
Off it.
Well, I believe Tobe Hooper is dead now.
Yeah, he is.
But
died a couple of years ago, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did some of the biggest ones, didn't they? Mascara, Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there's as far as the cast, I'm looking, and none of it's being said who is playing who. They're keeping it real hush hush.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe this is okay. So status is post production. So they haven't even began filming yet.
Yeah. Well, they got the scripts and the screenplays and all that, don't they?
Yeah. For this one, once again, just like the last Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which was god awful, and I'll get to that here in a minute.
Yeah. Two of them are like the original and the one with Dennis Hopper.
Yeah. They're shooting in Bulgaria.
East Europe.
So that's where the last one was shot.
Yeah. There's a lot of films being shot in Europe. The east of it. It's cheap to film there, isn't it? That's what. Yeah.
Well, it's either that or Canada.
Yeah. Steven Seagal, most of his films, he films in Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense to Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
But I know the man could probably kick some ass.
That he could.
But he's a bit on the heavy side.
Yeah. Bit on the porky side. Yeah.
Exactly. Now this is slated. There's no release date yet. It just says 2021.
That could still be delayed then.
20 million is the budget on the film. Estimated to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it goes in the lines of what previously went on and the Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah. Was that the one with that girl in from the remake of Rob Zombie's Halloween?
No.
What's the name? Must
you
be
think-
a different actress I'm thinking of.
Are you thinking about Taylor Scout Compton?
No. Danielle
Harris?
Harris.
No.
No. Yeah.
That's the only.
I've seen her in some few films since she did that Halloween.
She's real vocal.
Yeah. Yes.
On Instagram, which I believe we're one of her followers. I think she follows us back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
She's
definitely one of the better looking horror actresses.
Bar none, she is.
Yep. A lot of male fans.
Oh, yeah. Danielle Harris has got them male fans. I tell you that right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of crispy bed sheets out there.
Oh, God. Let's see. Comment section. We've got TJ. He said, we were talking about this in Tig's show before Halloween. Yeah. I mean, we talk about a lot of stuff.
I'll say that, TJ. You got a better memory than mine, man.
I agree on that.
Remember that.
We've talked about so much on the Real Tig channel. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Now, let's see here. Let's keep perusing here. The god awful Halloween or not Halloween movies, but the horror movies. Nightmare on 34th Street. They are doing what looks like a low budget, very low budget.
Yeah.
November 1st is when it's slated to come out.
Yeah.
It all based around a little village, a sleepy little village, excuse me.
When they say village, they mean like an English village.
I'm not it doesn't say.
Yeah. Because there's villages and there's villages.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But there again, it was the budget on this was, let's see if I can find it. Estimated 60,000 GBP.
Great British pounds.
Yeah.
And
it's
Spain they were filming over there.
Yes. Because it is a UK based horror.
Right.
So it it looks to me to be very low budget. Just for the pictures that I'm seeing on IMDb.
Yeah.
A creature that is Santa Claus. No. Low budget. No. And then we've got quite a few others that don't look to be anything remotely that I would watch.
Yeah.
Because they look like a bunch of the low budget asylum flicks. And what I mean by asylum is that's a movie company.
I think I've heard of them.
That basically rip off other movies.
Like parodies.
Yes, in a way, because they did what was that movie Tom Cruise was in a few years back?
The Mummer.
No, it was about alien invaders.
Are you on about that thing connected with Scientology?
Yeah.
Oh, another one you mean.
Well, they remade that. They made like a sequel. It was, that's what.
Yeah.
That's what Asylum is for. They're made to make crap films. I mean, any low budget company.
Kind of like an upwards here trauma.
Right in the middle.
Mm.
I wouldn't say they're right there with trauma films, but
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, it's not the standard of Hammer,
No.
but
Hammer's still going.
yeah.
Mm.
And I mean, Hammer produces a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Wars
All
of
they
the
do
World.
now is making output low budget British horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TJ came back in the comment section. He said, Wars of the World. War of the World.
War of the Worlds.
Yes.
Why was he in that then?
I believe it was Tom Cruise. TJ, am I right? It was. I think
yeah, he was now. Yeah.
they made a
Yeah.
crappy sequel
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah. I'd rather watch the 1950s one, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. The original.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. It's companies can't come up with anything decent.
Yeah. How long before they resurrect the invasion of the body snatchers? Mm-hmm.
Please don't.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already supposed to be doing the Blob again. Why? It was a giant snot bubble.
Yeah. Not all.
But I mean, it's just like we go on and on about on these movies and no creativity.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, I love, this is not a B movie. They're
in horror though, like say a US horror films done in the US. US wrote, US produced. Yeah. It doesn't scare the American public or us. Yeah. But the British one comes out over there, they start getting shit scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. All it shows is we've got more creative writers in the UK horror industry than these over there.
More brilliant
writers.
That's the thing.
They think outside the box.
Yeah. They come up with something usable.
Yeah.
And not rehash something that's been done before.
Yeah. Yeah. They look what we've done over the years. Dog Soldiers, that was a werewolf film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dog Soldiers. We got that one I was on about to you about the one set in the trenches in World War One.
Yes.
Yeah.
Death Watch.
The name of that. Death Watch. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a sequel to that. I might be wrong. I might be confusing it with that Russian one. Yeah. Black Watch, Death Watch, whatever. That was called Death Watch, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Was it? Yeah.
But,
another one of mine.
Yeah, I know the one you're on about. I believe it was called Death Watch.
Yeah.
But then you got to think, how many other movies can they do set in that time era?
Yeah.
And come up with something creative and use brilliant effects and some CG.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
they
it's
have to be more creative with a lower budget, though, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that money will run out in no time.
I mean, it's just like the Batman movie that's being shot over there with Robert Pattinson playing Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Right. That's the guy out of
Twilight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another good. It's more of like a romantic type deal, and I'm sappy like that.
Yeah. I think he'd make a good James Bond, though.
I could see that.
Yeah, he'd fill the suit.
Yeah. Well, he'd have to bulk up a little bit. I mean, I don't think he bulked up for Batman.
No.
I mean, this Batman that we're seeing for the Robert Pattinson is going to be more.
Henry Cavill would have been good as Batman.
But Henry Cavill's Superman.
True.
I mean, there's not been a decent Superman since Christopher Reeves. And Henry Cavill went above and beyond.
Yeah.
So you put Christopher Reeves Superman and Henry Cavill Superman together.
Yeah.
At least Henry Cavill's wore the underwear on the inside and not the outside.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. I grew up with them films.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I went to the cinema when I was a kid. So, number 3 and number 4, Superman.
well,
I
the
saw them all back in the day. Goonies,
Quest for
you name it.
Peace.
Yeah, that one.
Ugh.
That one with Nuclear Man.
That one's like the black sheep. It's like
Yeah.
we'll not mention that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
I did like the one with Richard Pryor in there.
Yeah.
That was good.
that would
Yeah.
anything with Richard Pryor.
Yeah. They can't make films today like they did back in the 80s.
No, they can't.
Blockbusters. Yeah, you had like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Star Wars was still going.
Mm-hmm.
You had all them back then.
But now, with this new generation,
Yeah.
they're going into more like video game titles for movies. They're coming out with an Uncharted movie. Tom Holland is playing Drake from the Uncharted.
Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, maybe that will be good.
Yeah. But they'll have the critics from playing the game on the backside, won't they?
Exactly. Just like
so that don't happen in the game.
I mean, they haven't. Years ago, we were promised a Halo movie, a live action Halo movie.
Yeah.
Never got it.
No.
We got a CG movie.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen one of the Halo films.
The games are better. I mean, if you're going in to a film to see the stuff that you love from the game, 90% of the time you're going to get busted and disappointed.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the Resident Evil movies.
Yep.
No offense to Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
But
I think they started going crap after the third one.
I agree on that.
Yeah. It's the best one of them in my eyes was the third one, The Rise of the Lycans. Yeah. Better than the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, the Underworld movies, that's Kate Beckinsale.
Yep. Another facts about Kate Beckinsale. Her father, Richard, was a famous UK comedian in the 70s. He died at a very early age. I think he was in his 30s when he died. Yeah. He would have been proud of her. They never made it to Hollywood and all that, but his daughter did.
And the woman that she has become.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, Kate Beckinsale and her skin tight latex suit. Oh, anyways, enough drooling over that. Exactly on that one. But those films, to me, even The Rise of the Lycans, they put something in that vampire werewolf genre that really haven't.
It hadn't been done before.
Yeah.
Two worlds never collided in any of the movies.
No. Well, I mean, if you go back to Universal days, you had the werewolf meets Dracula.
Yeah.
But it was dire. Any of those movies, look, Werewolf meets Dracula or the Wolfman meets Dracula. Dracula meets Frankenstein. And then you go into the Laurel and Hardy stuff, which that's when it got really bad.
Yeah. Completely bust the curtain.
Oh my God. There's it screams, okay, we're not trying anymore. But still you have to put it up there because you had likes of Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney, you had all those guys. But if we're talking vampires, which there's top tier on vampires. Lon Chaney, Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee is the best known, though,
Yeah. Because you got Boris Karloff, came before Christopher Lee.
He actually knew Boris Karloff and that, didn't he?
He
Yeah.
wore a replica
Mm.
of Karloff's ring
Right.
in the Dracula films,
Mm.
and he kept that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though Christopher Lee didn't like portraying Dracula in that way, he wanted it close to
Yeah.
the Bram Stoker's.
He was a big fan of the original book.
Yeah, he was a big fan of Bram Stoker.
Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm.
But you had the likes with Hammer. You had Peter Cushing alongside Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
And those two men,
Mm-hmm.
to me,
Yeah.
kind of revolutionized.
Yeah. But to my age group or yours, say,
Yeah.
What's his name? You just said it.
Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing, he's best known for playing the dude on the Death Star Wars.
I want to say Turkoff.
What was his name?
I can't remember.
I know that. I've seen that hundreds of times.
And I should know it. I have the freaking poster behind me.
General
Tarkov.
Tarkin.
Tarkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Choking. Yeah.
Choking. Tarkin.
Choking chicken.
No, that's what everybody was doing at Princess Leia.
Yeah, that's true.
Little did you know there was a stormtrooper in the next cell. Oh.
Back in the early 80s when I was like a young lad. Yeah. That is the done thing, like to any Star Wars fan. They all had posters of that scene from Return of the Jedi. Yeah. The Miami Vice car on the wall.
Carrie Fisher in the slave girl outfit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, no, God rest Carrie Fisher's soul.
Yeah. She wouldn't look good in that suit.
No. I'm glad they fully clothed her in these later films.
Yeah. I don't think they should have CGI'd her in the later ones.
No.
They should have just left her.
Yeah.
Let people remember her as she was.
Exactly. I mean, they did that in Rogue One, the Star Wars. Basically, it took place during the New Hope.
Yeah.
Them CGing her face on a different actress.
Yeah.
And they even had Peter Cushing's face CG'd on a different. That's CG Cushing.
Yeah. It did look like him, though.
It did.
No, he died in what the early 80s.
I believe so.
Yeah. He was an old man then.
Yeah. Let's see. I believe. Let's see. Cushing. Peter Cushing, he died in 94, actually.
I thought he died in the 80s.
No, he died in 94. He was 81.
Yeah. And he would have been when he was in the Hammer films was it the late 1950s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Yeah.
He had
looking back on something Peter Cushing said years ago, he hated playing in Star Wars. Yeah. That name, his face and his name's legendary in the Star Wars world.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's Peter Cushing.
Yeah. I mean, any set that Peter Cushing walked onto, you know you're in royalty right there because you've got.
He's one of the old school actors like some of today's in Hollywood. They're private school boys. Yeah, they were brought up with Shakespeare. They actually played Shakespeare stuff on stage, and that's why they were that good. Yeah.
You can't. To this day, I don't think anybody acting wise can portray Dracula or do what Cushing did or do what Christopher Lee did.
Yeah. Leslie Nielsen was good as Dracula.
I don't even go there.
Dracula dead and loving it.
Oh God, good old Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah. You made my ass twitch from laughter plenty of times.
I remember. What is it? trying to think of the movie. It was him and O.J. Simpson.
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those movies always kind of just had me in.
Yeah.
Just laughing.
Mhm.
I think I wet myself one time because I laughed so hard.
Yeah.
I
must kill the Queen.
and we can't
Queen would ever go to a baseball match.
no. And we can't forget about one good movie that Leslie Nielsen did. And that was Airplane.
Oh, Airplane, yeah.
Good luck. And we're all counting on you.
Yeah. As long as it's not Airplane, so
that got dire.
Yeah. That first one though, I remember that the blow up doll on the airplane. Yeah,
Roger.
Yeah, that one.
Don't call me Shirley.
Yeah. Yeah. Still a funny film to this though.
There are so many films that I worry about studios. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I don't think if they tried to grab, say, like Police Academy or Naked Gun.
Yeah. Look how that tanked back in the 80s. Yeah. Soon as I think it went downhill from number 3 onwards. Yeah.
I mean, to this day, I love Police Academy.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Yeah. I saw that the day it was released over. Yeah.
But as far as horror movies are concerned, still in development hell, and I think it's going to stay there. And that's the Friday the 13th.
Ain't there a lot of legal stuff going on in the background with that?
Well, as far as that is concerned, I think it's really the game that they released, Friday the 13th, the multiplayer online bullcrap game. And, sorry, TJ, but that's not one of my favorite games, but I enjoyed the acting because you had Kane Hodder do all the effects as far as the movement of Jason in that. And I think it's Gun Media and the producer or the writer of Friday the 13th that they're in a big legal dispute battle.
Yeah. What's his name? The director.
Let me see here.
I forget the director's name. Who's mates with Wes Craven, man.
Yeah.
I can picture him. I just can't think of his name.
Sean S. Cunningham.
That's it. Yeah. Does he still own the rights?
I'm not sure. I don't think he owns the rights anymore.
It was even Victor, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
I'm
not sure if
Victor created Jason.
Yeah, I don't think Sean S. Cunningham owns the rights to Friday the 13th. Like I could be.
I thought he did. Because he was involved with all the sequels, weren't he? Like Jason X and stuff. He was one of the senior producers.
Yeah, but you got to think New Line Cinemas owns Jason now.
Yeah, they do.
And we saw I'm sorry, but we saw the monstrosity that was Freddy versus Jason.
Oh, yeah. I don't mind it. I've got it. Yeah. I don't mind it.
People say that's the best makeup design they saw as far as Jason.
Yeah. I agree with it. Yeah, the Uber Jason.
Well, no, Uber Jason wasn't in.
He was in Jason X.
He was in Jason X, but he wasn't in Freddy versus Jason.
No, he wasn't. No, that was just Jason and Freddy.
Yeah, but see, well, they said the Jason and Jason versus Freddy, that was the best makeup work on Jason that people have seen.
Yeah.
And no offense to Ken Kersinger, but he's 6'6". He did stunt double for Kane Hodder and Jason Takes Manhattan. and he even had a brief cameo.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what he brought to the character of Jason was good. The movement was a bit Frankenstein monster because he was just bulky and stumbling around.
Yeah. That's what he did, innit? He was the first Jason. He moved his head before he changed direction, rather than the others.
Yeah. Well, you look at Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
It was just a quick Kane Hodder. I don't know what, and he's even
turns his head and walks.
Yeah. Well, Kane Hodder said that the mannerisms that when he portrayed, he put that mask on.
Yeah.
He went into an entirely different world in retrospect.
Right.
And it just opened up doors because he could do this stuff creatively.
Yeah.
To me, there would be only one Jason, that's Kane Hodder. But if you're going into the earlier ones,
he's played Jason more than any of the others as well.
Well, yeah, because it's like, I think it was part 6 and on.
Yeah.
Or part 8, one of the two.
Was it 5-6 times he played it?
Give or take.
Yeah. He's still involved in horror as well, isn't he?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, it's despite his age, I mean, he still does a lot of horror.
Yeah.
You got Victor Crowley.
Yeah.
From the Hatchet series.
Yeah, Hatchet, yeah.
Which,
that's the one movie character I reckon Jason Voorhees ran the other way from. Yeah. So I agree. He's more dangerous than Jason.
Yeah, I agree. You got to think Victor Crowley.
Yeah. Jason could be destroyed. He couldn't. Not till his dad, something to do with his dad's ashes. Yep. Yeah, he had to be put to rest.
I mean, I've seen both 1 and 2 of Hatchet. Haven't seen 3.
Yeah.
But the most creative kills are on those films.
Yeah.
I like when he basically takes, he kills a woman, but he takes from here down and just rips.
Yeah.
And then the whole chainsaw through two individuals that'll make any man cringe with irony because of where it's at. This long chainsaw.
Yeah.
The creative deaths in that. And I believe it was the second one that Danielle Harris was in.
Yeah.
So you have
Josh, what's his name? The guy out of Gremlins. He was in it. He played the sheriff. Yeah.
But I mean,
Halligan.
Yeah. But you've got creative stuff like that. Practical effects.
Yeah.
Why can't they do that in movies nowadays?
Exactly.
Because the remake of Friday the 13th was.
I don't mind the Rob Zombie one.
Well, no, Rob Zombie never had anything to do with.
No, I'm thinking about it. One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now those are regarded within their own.
Yeah, it's Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Rob Zombie
just fucked up in movies. Is in music.
Exactly. But you've got a lot of similarities with a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie's Halloween. We can
go you talking to the folks and say, I'm just going to grab the charger for this laptop.
All right.
Yeah. I've got enough charge in it for now.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, with the Halloween movies,
there's my charger.
You've got a lot of similarities with the originals, but then that's where Rob Zombie starts coming out creatively. But the thing about Rob Zombie's films is that he hires all of his friends, and let's just torture our friends.
Why does he have to have his wife in every film?
Well,
Sherry Moon.
that is a good point.
Yeah, she's
I
not
mean,
the greatest actress.
She's not the greatest actress.
Nice
She's not.
looking, but-
Yeah, she's nice looking. I think that's what Rob really wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we go on to another Rob Zombie, the Rob Zombie films.
Then again, I think she was good in was it the Firefly family?
Oh yeah, the House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she was good in that.
Well, everybody loved the Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah. I prefer the Devil's Rejects, although.
I liked the House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more creative. I love the whole murder ride that Captain Spaulding had.
Yeah.
You got more of a presence in Devil's Rejects. Because you had, I think PJ Souls was in Devil's Rejects. She was in a cameo.
Right.
But you had a lot of good actors. Ken Forey was in it.
Ken Forey, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the black dude out of
Dawn
of the Dead.
Yeah. I mean, anything that he's in, he graces his presence just like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. But you know,
yeah.
Sharon Moon Zombie is there for eye candy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
The Three from Hell, however,
should
have never been released because that follows right after Devil's Rejects. Devil's Rejects had such a great ending.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, especially with the the Lynyrd Skynyrd soundtrack over it.
Yeah, because you saw them take a barrage of bullets.
Yeah.
And then you see the Firefly family. You think they're dead. It ends perfectly.
Yeah, they went out Bonnie and Clyde style.
But then you bring that family back and Three from Hell.
Yeah. How are you going to come back from getting shot that many times?
Obviously, they were hospitalized and they all recuperated from their wounds.
Give him the RoboCop treatment.
I don't know. Sharon Moon Zombie and Three from Hell was a little more nuts than usual.
Yeah.
It was more, her character was more flushed out. But we got a lot of Bill Moseley, which is never a bad thing.
What's that horror film he was in with Robert Englund? Yeah, a few years ago.
Oh,
like a Civil War reenactment, sort of. What do you call it? Yeah.
Well, let's see. I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good in that with Robert Englund. I just can't remember the name of it. Yeah,
Robert Englund's been in so many films, it's hard to.
I think this is about less than 10 years ago. Yeah. I think. Yeah, I just can't. I've seen it a few times. I just can't think of the name of it. Yeah. Yeah, they're all like dressed in Civil War period sort of clothes. Yeah. But they're like some college university students that drive into this little town and they're all basically head cases. Yeah. They start killing them off one by one. Robert Englund's Bill Moseley's the head of the whatever the thing was in the film. Yeah.
I want to say it was
Robert Englund was in it.
Robert Englund was in it.
Yeah. Sure, Bill Moseley was. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's 2001 Masochist.
That don't sound like the one.
Well, this one's based. It's really based in like a lot of Southern.
Yeah.
Bill Moseley. I'm not seeing Robert Englund's name.
I remember Bill Moseley was in it. Yeah. There must be another one similar that had Robert Englund.
Yeah, I think they've yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Field of Screams.
No, that's not it.
Because that's one Bill Moseley was in it. It had like a Southern Civil War-ish vibe.
He had like the patch over one of his eyes in the film. Yeah.
2001 Masochist.
Yeah, he had the nutcase wife and that.
Yeah, Field of Screams.
That might be the one.
Yeah, that's the one. He had the Confederate flag over his one eye.
That's it.
Robert Englund was in the first 2001 Masochist.
Got you.
Yeah,
it's quite a good horror film.
Yeah.
Really good.
I mean,
I'm biased though. I like Robert Englund, and
I think anything with Robert Englund.
Yeah, I watched him first when he was in V.
Miniseries of V.
83.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to look. Robert Englund came from V right into Freddy freaking Krueger.
Yeah, he only got that role because of V.
And and this is my likings. There's only one Freddy.
Yeah, that's true.
Robert Englund.
Yeah, he's the only one that can wear that glove.
Yeah. Jacqueline Earl Haley.
Yeah, I saw that. I just thought, what a crock of shit.
Yeah. The remake of Nightmare on Elm Street was a crock of shit.
Yeah, he didn't get burned in the basement of the school. He got burnt in a house. Yeah.
I mean, but you know that there is some knowledge, should we say, of horror movies. You know, I think we've been an hour.
Yeah, 1 hour 7.
Yep. So, we got anything to close this with?
Not really. I'll stay if everyone had a good New Year. Hopefully this one will be better.
Yeah, I hope 2021 is going to be good for everyone. I hope it turns out to be.
We see you guys next time we go live.
Yeah. Stay tuned for some more pre-records. We got more stuff coming to the channel.
Yeah.
Remember to like, subscribe, comment, be nice and kind in the comment section. Go over our social medias. We've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and our podcasting formats, Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Breaker, and many more, plus iHeartRadio. You can listen to us there. I guess it's time.
Yeah.
It's been great, bud.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Enjoyed it.
Take it easy, TJ. Thanks for coming into the chat.
Definitely.
And we will see y'all next time.
Yes, we will. Yeah. Have a good one, folks.